Hey, what is up people, I'm back with another video. I hope you are enjoying your Sunday. So today I would like to share with you a small chess game played by Mikhail Tal. This was a game played in 1975 in a simultaneous exhibition given by Mikhail Tal against an unknown player. Mikhail Tal started the game with e4, c5, knight to f3, e6, d4, c cross d4, knight cross d4 and now a6. This is called the Khan variation of the Sicilian. Bishop to d3. The other alternatives here are knight to c3 or bishop to e3. In the game we have bishop d3 by Tal, knight to f6. As you know, e5 is not good here because queen a5 check wins the pawn. So let's go back. Tal castled here, queen c7 and a prophylactic move by Tal, king h1. Tal intends to push the f pawn and to open up the f file for an attack. d6 and there it goes f4, nb d7. Knight d2, bishop e7 and 2 f3. With the last two moves, Tal brought his b1 knight to a much active square on the king side for an attack on the f3 square. Black castled here, queen e2. Now Tal is preparing e5 and c5 was played, e5 anyways, d cross e5, f cross e5, knight f d7, bishop g5 offering bishop exchanges. Here bishop cross g5 for black is not good because white can go for this standard bishop sacrifice, bishop cross h7 check, and after king cross h7, knight cross g5 check. If king g8 then queen h5 and it is winning for white, and after knight cross g5 check, if a move like king g6 then white can play knight cross f7 and after rook cross f7 queen g4 check and this position is still winning for white. So let's go to this position. Queen to d8 was a good move here because after bishop capture e7, queen capture e7, the queen is guarding the g5 square, not allowing the knight to come on g5. In the game, black captured the pawn on e5, knight cross e5. His idea was if white captures knight cross e5, then he can play bishop cross g5. But Tal had different plans. Tal captured bishop cross e7, black captured knight cross f3 and created a mating threat on h2. So it was forced to capture the f3 knight. So rook cross f3, lifting the rook, queen cross e7. And we have reached the critical position of the game. As you can see, black's king is little bit weak because there is no knight on f6 to guard the king, and also only the queen is helping out with the defense of black, and it was high time to go for the bishop sacrifice. Bishop cross h7 check, king cross h7. If let's say not accepting the sacrifice, if king h8, then rook to h3 will follow, threatening discovered checks. If e5 attacking the rook, then bishop f5 check, king g8, rook h8 check, king cross h8, queen h5 check, king g8 and queen h7 will lead to mate. Let's go back. King takes h7 and now comes rook h3 check. King g6 should not be considered because of queen h5 check, king f6 and rook f3 checkmate. King g8 and now another important move by Tal, that is knight f5. If you directly play queen h5, then black has this f5 move, creating a escaping route for the king. Tal played the only winning move, which is knight f5, attacking the queen. The knight can't be captured as the queen hangs, and if a move like queen d8 moving away the queen, then queen h5, and after f6 there is knight h6 check. If g cross h6, queen g6 check, king h8, and rook takes h6 will be mate. Let's go back, and after f6, knight h6 check, and let's say king goes to the g7 square, then comes knight f7 check, king g8, and white can either also win the queen or can play knight h8 guarding the f7 square and threatening queen h7 mate. If a move like rook e8, then queen f7 is checkmate. Queen g5 by black, stopping queen h5, and now queen h5 is not possible as queen takes queen. And we have reached the second critical position of the game. What would you play if you had white pieces? Tal played queen h5. What? Isn't it a blunder? Cannot black take the queen on h5 and equalize the game? Black would be winning in all variations except for one, and that move is knight e7 check, king to h7, and rook cross h5 is an Anastasia's mate. Coming to this position, the threat here is queen to h8 checkmate, and also white is attacking the black's queen. So if a move like f6 supporting the queen and creating an escape route for the king, but there is a checkmate in one, knight to e7 checkmate. This was one of the most beautiful attacks of Mikhail Tal. I hope you enjoyed the video, and in the end I would like to share with you a small chess puzzle is white to play and win.
It's all about humanity.